one Saturday morning, I said, you know what? I didn't heard about it a third time. I just so happened to open up IG and they were talking about it. And I said, you know what? Let me close this door and let me go look it up because I didn't heard it a third time. And they say sometimes you got to hear it 3 or 4 times before you start doing your research. I'm scrolling. And lo and behold, I find this young lady that's been on this show today called Bree. And she's like, hey, y'all, I'm going to teach y'all how to do Canva. And I'm like, I need to learn this Canva because I've been paying for Canva for about 4 years. And she's like, look, here's your homework assignment, y'all. And I'm like, she got this country voice, is catchy. I don't know about it, but I'm a roll. Let me check her out. So then she was like, look, I need you to go over here, y'all. I'm setting it up. And I took the course and I said, I'm gonna meet her on Friday, see what she's talking about. And when I tell you she made it so simple, I learned more in 4 weeks. I think the class was in 8 or 9 weeks. She did challenges. She told you to go through each before you even get started. She said, this is your first assignment. Just touch everything in the panel on the side, left hand panel. Just touch it all. And I'm like, I ain't never touched all this stuff. And then just start finding little gems. And I'm like, oh my God. So now y'all see these thumbnails that we got now. These thumbnails have been inspired by the new look and the new style because Bree kind of said, start playing with stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay. So Bree introduced me to unlocking and unleashing some of the capabilities of Canva. So I don't know what you want to talk about, but break it down to the people about what it is that you do. But I just want to give you your flowers. I want to give Hit the Spot 1006 her flowers about HillmanTok, and I need to probably give her a little bit more love when it comes to that kind of stuff because she always said, you don't be listening to me. I do be listening. I just don't be judging. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't want to hear all of that right now. But HillmanTok is here. Well, excuse me. DQ Canva Academy is Bree, and she was on HillmanTok, and this is where we are. So I know there's a lot of people that want to use Canva, have used it, but don't know how it all works, don't know what the possibilities are. So if you don't mind, Bree, I'm gonna give you the floor. I'm gonna ask you some questions while you're doing whatever it is you're doing, and hopefully.
Thank y'all again so much. And fun fact about it, I had no intentions of being a part of Hillman Talk. Like I didn't even know it was a trend at one point. And it was somebody else in the community that I was in. They was like, Bree, you should be the Campbell one-on-one professor. And I'm like, hee hee, ha ha, okay, I'll just do it to laugh. And I ended up going viral, y'all. Like overnight, I went from 17K to over 50K followers in the course of 3 days for real. And so that's when I realized, oh, wait a minute, this is a serious thing. Like I made the video being funny, pretending it was gonna be this whole thing. It took off for real. Just Tallboy was saying that Friday, I had so many people on my live ready. They like, Professor, we here. I'm on time. I had to drop a class. I got lost. Like it was real. It was real. But it was exciting because it allowed me to still be me and teach something that I love, and that was Canva. And even when I'm going to show you guys tonight, it's the foundation part of Canva that people miss. So by the time they make it inside of there to create, they're only creating about 30% potential, right? I've heard so many times people who've had Canva for years, and just from the few things I showed them, they unlock things that they never saw before. And it's simply because you don't know, right? Canva always having updates, Canva's always adding stuff, things are moving. And just like I told them in Canva 101, I'm going to be telling you all today as well. Sometimes you literally just have to look around. You have to say, okay, what is it that this platform can do for me? What do I want to do with it, and piece together the two things? So today what I want to show you is basically navigating Canva for one, because that's going to be very important on your Canva journey, especially due to the fact now that they have had an upgrade. So back in April, they did another facelift and they introduced a whole nother set of Canva AI. We got big photo editor, sheets, like bulk create with sheets. The list went on. But the one thing that did not change was the foundation that I always teach. So whenever I say come to the panel, I want you to remember a few things. On this left hand side panels, when you go projects, this create folders is very excited of whether you organize, OCD, whatever the case may be, is because as you start to create more projects, it takes out that small piece of being overwhelmed when it's time to find what you're looking for. Sometimes recent designs work, sometimes it don't because it's something you did a while back and you didn't realize how long ago it was, and you can't remember what you named it because you didn't name it right. So if you go to projects, you're able to new create folders and then have folders within folders. So as you're designing, you're able to keep things organized for yourself and it just helps all the way around. Okay. So that's your folders. And then you'll also notice on this left hand that there are templates. This area of templates is so huge that it is almost impossible for you to scroll through all of them. So when you access templates on this left-hand side versus the home page at the top, you're able to get more connected with what you're looking for, right? So let's say, for instance, you're trying to create a video. So you want to see the different people are using, get some inspiration, get ideas, come inside of this category. It's 12,234 templates. We now filters. So you can filter down by style, theme, colors, certain categories, and really get intentional and specific about what you want to create. Whenever we get out of the notion of throwing the spaghetti to the wall, create something to say we created it, we're able to be a lot more potential and be intentional with it. The more you're able to be intentional and understand the foundation, just like the foundation of a house, when you build up your skills inside of Canva, it's going to be like walking the dog because you're like, okay, I know at least this part. And when we go to an actual inside of a design, we're going to talk about the foundation of creating. You're going to notice that it's going to be a few buckets that you dig for when you're creating text, elements, images, some type of frames, colors, all of that stuff plays together, but it's just the foundation, right? So utilizing these templates, especially if you are new to creating and you can't create from scratch right away, use these templates as inspiration, especially if you're using them for your own business and you're not monetizing them. And the reason why I bring that up is because I get that question all the time. Can I sell these templates? I would not recommend that because they have different rights and things behind these templates because other creators created them. Can you use them for your own content? You surely can, and I highly suggest it. Even for me, somebody who can create something from scratch, sometimes I am time stretched. Like he mentioned, I'm a mom of two, a wife. I was working a 9 to 5 all the way up into the last week and a half. So I'm now full-time entrepreneur. But before that, I didn't have the time. So utilizing this help you understand, like, oh, okay, when I look at this, I text or I see in text, right? I see this, and you start breaking down what you see and being able to create your own version of it. Okay. Also, brand kit. If you have a pro, I highly suggest you create it. As you start to create things inside of Canva for your business, having a brand kit allows you to be consistent. It allows you to help push your brand out. Now, when people see BQ, they see my logo, they see that font, they see the color, they see the crown, they think about my brand, right? So when you come into this brand on the left hand side, you're able to add new, create brand kit, add your logos, certain fonts that you like and you want to put together. And I'm going to show you some tips and tricks for learning fonts, right? And whatever palette you want to have, all that good stuff. So when you start designing inside of Canva, it comes very easy because you have it. Okay. So going back to this home page, you're also going to notice that the says your designs. This is where you can search for your folders and your designs that you've created inside of Canva. This is how you can search as well, but it's not as filter based. So I highly suggest using templates on the left hand side. And Canva AI is now a place where you can coding. Is it the Python code? But can it do a little something? Create you a freebie, a survey, a quiz, create you a quick website? It definitely can, right? So design for me is a place where you can go to help you create certain content based on your ideas. Sometimes we just need to get ideas out, see what those ideas create, and then edit it from there. Create an image. I don't know who I was a dream lab, still call this listed under Canva AI, but this is a place where you can create images right here inside of Canva. So sometimes when I don't want to use elements in my designs or in my products that everybody has access to in Canva, I come right as Dream Lab and create my own elements, my own images, my own stickers that I add to my actual project, right? Inside of here, you're going to notice that with Canva, you have 500 credits every month. They don't roll over. Every time you press generate, one credit gives you 4 generations, okay? This is where you type what we call a prompt. You're describing your images. The best way to think about describing the image is your order at Subway. You know, you have to tell them what kind of bread, what kind of cheese, protein, vegetables, sauce. You need it all to make that perfect sub. It's the same thing when you're describing an image. Even if you can't think of every single detail, close your eyes and imagine what it is that you're trying to create and go for it, right? Playing with the this is just what gives it that vibe, depending on what you're trying to create. And then this is very important because this is aspect ratio. This is the size that the image would be produced in. This is very important because if I'm creating something for social media, I'm usually going to do a 1-1 because I need the square look. If I'm doing something for a journal or a planner, I'm doing a 3-4 because I need that look. See what I'm saying? So the more accurate you can get your image sizing, the less editing and magic studio that you will have to do with this actual design. Okay. So that is creating also Streamlab, which like I said, they create some really great images now compared to when they first launched Magic Media and things like that. They also have draft adopt. So there's different types that you can draft with your idea. And this is where you occur me. I will let you guys know one of the gems that I love using for this Canva AI coding is ChatGPT 4. I literally go into ChatGPT 4. I say, hey, I want to create an interactive 30-day self care journal for my audience. Please help me write a Canva AI code and make sure you do it in the 4.0. I think it's the mini. That's the one that has the coding. Help me write a Canva AI code for this journal. May it be interactive, track their days, may it be colorful, floral, pastel. Explain that in ChatGPT. It's going to run you a JavaScript as long as you're in the 4.0 mini, and you're going to copy and paste it here. And you're going to be surprised at the results that it's going to give you. Okay.
Hold on,
So I would
hold on, because see, you didn't hit these people with so many gem drops, Bree. Hold
I
on.
can't help.
No, this is good. This is good because, and I'm gonna take you off the screen for a second. This is good because, see, look,
Okay.
she already talking about AI, and we've been telling y'all, come on, embrace this AI, y'all. And so now, when she's saying certain things, I don't want it to go over your head, but she's giving you some great analogies of what it can do and what it can't do. And I think, as James Hicks says, make it plain and simple, sis. I love that Subway analogy. Hit the spot 1006 says, I will definitely need a beginner version. James says she's dropping gems already. And Lisa Maria is like, yes, James Hicks, yes. Love to see you winning. Great advice as into trading. So I want you to get your flowers while you're here now, because you're doing your thing.
You.
Now, look, now we got to break this down a little bit because you spoke on templates, brands, and
Mhm.
Canva AI. I know that we can still talk about home and projects, but really, if you think about your colors, right? And let me see if I can get you back on the screen. Come on back on the screen, and we'll see. Then we can go back to your screen. So we'll go back and forth. Let me see if I can get you back on here.
Can I
Uh,
just stop sharing?
Just hit that green button. You see it?
Okay. In my bag. Hold on.
Let me see. Come on, I got you. I'm with you. No, you still over there. You still out there in the streets.
Get me out these streets. I don't belong here.
There
Okay, there
you
we go.
go. Yeah.
Ah,
Look at her. She doing it.
I
Hey,
don't belong in these streets. Get me out.
yeah, she's like, get me out them streets. I got a curfew.
For real.
So look, you talked about brand kit. So if you have your logo, so every time you want to create a flyer, you're telling me that when you create the flyer, if you create the brand kit, if your colors are red, white, and black, every time you create that flyer and you tap on brand kit, it's already there. Is that what you're telling me?
It's already there. Your logo is there. Your color palette is going to be on your brand kit. So even when you're creating it using the brand kit, you can shuffle your colors around in your brand kit to see the placements of your different colors on that design or on that flyer.
Mm, okay. And then, so we talked about brand kit. Now you're talking about templates. Can you discuss templates a little bit more in detail? And if you got to share your screen, that's perfectly fine. But can you talk a little bit more about templates a little bit?
Yes, so inside of Canva, they have a library of literally almost any type of digital product you would think to create inside of Canva. And majority, no, all of those designs have templates, whether that's IG reels, the covers, the story covers. If you're trying to write a resume, you name it, there's a template for it. So I always tell beginners to explore the templates, especially if you're creating something and you want to let that creativity flow and that mind open up and those wheels and gears start turning, go take a dive into the template library to see, ooh, what catches your attention and why.
Okay, so
What
hold
type
on.
of
Ho- ho-
content are
ho-
you already seeing? Yes.
Hold on, hold on, because see, hit the spot. 1006 says this makes sense for somebody that's already using it, and then she says, "I am
Mhm.
lost," and so we don't want you to be lost. Hit the spot
No.
1006. So can you pull up your screen again real quick and show her the templates of what it could possibly do, unlocking the possibilities? For
Let
example,
me.
you can create church programs,
Mhm.
obituaries, you can create recipes, you can create menus, you can create
Yep.
whatever it is that you want. You can create all of that unlocked inside of Canva, inside the Canva templates. And then you can say, I want to make it for Instagram. I want to make it for TikTok. I want to make it for Facebook. I want to make it for YouTube. And it will automatically size it for you when you select the ratio that you want. If I'm saying that correct. Am I saying that right?
That's perfect. Yep.
Okay, so we
That's
don't want you to
exactly
we
what it
we don't want you to get lost. So we're gonna show you, and maybe you can create something real quick, and we'll do something for hit the spot 1006, and we don't have to make it for me. We'll just do something for hit the spot 1006, and so she could see or have an idea. Since she says she's lost, so we'll let her see
And
the.
if you can tell me specifically in the chat where the losses happen, that'll help me reel you back in. Because a lot of times, if you could tell me specifically, especially from this homepage, it may be just the fact that it's a lot,
Mm,
right? And what you will have to do is say, okay, hit the spot, break it down. Yes, there's a lot of things for Canva, and people are going to be able to enter it at their own pace and do whatever they need to do. But if you're brand new, right, and you want to enter Canva, what is something that you're needing to create? Okay. Once you figure out what you're needing to create, wanting to create, you can come to your list on the inside, search that. Let's just say a fly or impression. Yes, it's a lesson and usually the reaction. That's why when I'm teaching Canva, especially one on one, and I know tall boys have heard me say this all the time, don't worry so much about what all is available. Think about a potluck. Y'all, I'm an analogy girl, just bear with me. When you come to a potluck or you go to a buffet, even though there's 50 items to choose from, you're only going to scoop what you want to eat and digest. Just because there's 50 pots available don't mean I need a scoop out of 50 pots. So when you enter Canva, I teach everything because I'm talking to multiple peoples in different stages of this journey. But understanding the foundation of projects, folders, templates, inspiration, brand kit, consistent. That's where I want you to stop. Right there. Okay. And then when you start to digest, you say, I'm brand new, I need menu and flyers. So you will come into here with that brand fresh brain and say, let me go to templates. Type, let's do menu flyers all the time. But come in here, literally type menu. You're going to see you can get even more specific, right? This menu, food, drink, restaurant, and get very specific so you can narrow down 19,000 templates because that number alone is overwhelming. So for you hit the spot 1006, I would say come into Canva, come to templates, right here in the search, put in your specific menu that you're looking to create or flyer, and then use these filters if you choose to, or do a little to see what people are creating, right? Just see the inspiration. So start if you're not ready to dive into the AI, the Canva AI part, because you need to understand this creating part, which you're so new, have it in your back pocket like, ooh, if I run into a situation where I need to create an element, I remember Dreamlab. Do you have to go run and study everything right now? Oh no, please don't. Please don't. You will close Canva and never go back because it's so much, right? So only focus on what you want to scoop from the buffet. Put that on your plate, digest that mindfully, and then go back for round two whenever you're ready to move on to that next step. Okay. So definitely come into templates, search for that particular menu or flyer, right? And just take a look at the different ideas. And if you start things that you like, you can star them. And this is just so you don't have to try to remember what it looked like, where it was. Oh, I like this, but let me hold this in my pocket. Because the goal is to not keep so much in your mind trying to remember everything because it's going to overwhelm you. Okay. Or it's going to overwhelm you. So you can start these different items. And as you are designing, and I'll show you if we move to the second part, or where to find the stuff. So now you're not trying to everything, remember everything, and learn everything at one time, right? So definitely adjust it for you. I like that, Miss Lisa. No, you're so welcome. That is what I'm here for. Like I love this and I understand that. In the minute you said you was lost, I knew it was because of the information. Because that's usually 95% of it because it's a lot. And anytime you walk into a space when there's a lot of information, that's an instant overwhelm. I'm sorry. And you're like, turn left, turn right, up, down, what? No, focus on this part of it right here. Go to your templates, explore menus and flyers, start getting those creative brain juices going, and adjust it and edit it according to your style and what it is that you want it to say. But at least you have the foundation, okay?
Okay, I see where you're going with this. So you're gonna pick a menu real quick and do the
I
little.
can. Yes,
Yeah,
let's just
wait. So tell her what kind of menu you want real briefly in the chat. Hit the spot 1006. And we're going to do this in real time. I don't know how much time she got, but y'all know we've overlapped the hour mark. But if you guys want to stay, we'll try and do this as fast as we can. And if we have some questions, if you have questions, let us know. I'm here. We're here. We want to break it down. I told you our goal is to simplify it in a language that people can understand. We don't want no one to walk away not having a clear understanding. So this is Canva 101, an abbreviated version, and then we'll tell you how you can tap in with her on a regular basis if this is something that you're interested in. All right. Real briefly, hit the spot 1006. If not, we'll start guessing some stuff. Let her know real quick what kind of food are you looking for, and is there anything else you need to put in the chat?
yes. Now people want it too, so
You said what?
I said I'm looking at the chat too, so I can see what specific menu she's saying.
Okay.
And I said, if not, let me see. Okay, hold on. A menu for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, selling subs, burgers, and fish. Ooh, okay, got it. So we want, let's try menu food. So as you see, when I did specific menu food, look what popped up. A menu that's gonna have some burgers and some fries and some fish. This is what I mean by specific you can be. The was be so different, right? So I think too, okay, this menu is going to be for Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays, right? So you can find a menu that's a little bit more condensed. So let's say, for instance, you see this one right here, and you can do customize it. We about to customize this in just a second. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, because that's going to be our whatever you want to call it, your weekend menu, your specialty menu, your favorite menu. And since everything come with fries, that's going to be our hit line because everybody love to have fries included, right? So I'm gonna actually start this so I don't lose it, but I'm gonna select this template because me close what I want. I need the full menu because we work 3 days, right? So this is what I want to think about as you start pivoting through your template, just about your facts, okay? So we can say our favorite menu, and we got some sub, and I know I'm about to get hungry, so I don't know why you're doing this to me.
Maybe
We
she'll
got
send you a
some sub.
plate.
Right, please. I
Run her
need
a
some
plate. Hit the spot. Tell us, run her a plate real quick.
I need a plate now. I got a lot of questions. Okay, so we go here, subs, and I'm gonna do burger. Gonna do, and of course, if you like really cool names for it or all that kind of stuff, this is where you can edit the text. But every time you click in here, you can edit anything that you want. So let's say, for instance, we did this, but I didn't like this font for some reason. One gem that I want to leave you with when it comes to text throughout a design is coming up here to your font. Also going to notice that your brand kit is going to be in your fonts, y'all. So you're gonna have recommended fonts, recently used, and when you see the name of my brand, it's going to have my brand fonts, which is perfect for someone like you hit the spot who's doing something for your business. So I'm pretty sure y'all have some type of font or thing like that you want to use, and you can do a quick change all. Okay. These pictures you can always delete, and they usually leave behind what we call a frame. This makes it easy for you to drag and drop your photos. Well, Bree, what happens if I use a template and there is no frame? You can always go to elements, another y'all stay with me, I ain't gonna drop too many, and for certain shaped frames. So I would literally come in here and have a frame and type circle frame. That's it, that's all. We ain't gonna complicate it, right? So I would be looking for subs and I would be looking for fish. This is a perfect opportunity. I don't know how much you create AI images, but if you use Midjourney, right? They have good realistic images. Can you search in elements? This you can. You can type here and see what they have for subs and look at their photos in here because this is just a flyer that you're using, right? You can create this inside of Dreamlab if we get there, but for now, we're going to see what Canva has in Element. So we can hear, I'm just going to.
And so right there, you have graphics, you have
Yep,
videos, and you also have photos. So they got real, actual photos that are templates that are there.
that,
Is that correct?
that is correct. Yep.
Okay.
And you can drag and drop
And
your
she's saying, are
here.
you doing this on your phone or your laptop?
Oh, good question. So this is my laptop. Like this, I definitely could do on my phone or on my iPad because it'd be quick editing. But I'm a laptop girly when it comes to creating. I can see more of the screen. I got my mouse, so I love my laptop. That's a great question. Type dish. I can fly to you. Don't tell me that. I'll make it for real. Take for real.
She leave at 8, you
Okay, let's
have it by
see.
9:30.
Okay. Oh, here we
uh,
go. We changed it to fried fish. Now we got what we looking.
so you just typed in fried fish and the fried fish pulled up.
Fried fish. What up?
There you go. And then you just put it inside the frame and it automatically sized it for you.
Yep.
There you go. All right. There
I'm
you
gonna
go.
move this up just a bit.
So we
Or
so
you
so
can put it at the bottom. Go ahead.
no, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I don't want to stop you. Keep
Oh
being
no.
great. Keep being great.
You know I'm about to go down a rabbit hole, so you may have to save me eventually. So let me see. So I'm just gonna put right here the little, you
What's
know
your
how you
tag?
have
What's your tagline? Hit the spot 1006, so she know what that look like. So it's hit the spot 1006, and what's your tagline? What's the name of the company? So while you're doing all of this, so like I said, we highly recommend that you go into Canva, just play with all the buttons. Don't do anything. Just press the buttons and see what it does first before you do anything. Don't create a template. Don't do it. Just touch the buttons, see what it does, and then you just say, "Oh, okay." And then you can always hit the. If you mess up, is there a way that you can reverse something if you mess up?
Yes, my biggest thing is always creating copies of stuff before I start touching things because I can always revert back to my original. So file and make a copy. That's always my safe haven. I always do pages as well before I start creating, just in case I'm like, you know what, I should have kept this, right? So making copies and duplicating your stuff will help. You got your back button, and if you have Canva Pro, there's a scroll down version history as well.
Okay,
So
so
there are a
hold so
few.
so so hold on. So you're going too fast. What's the difference
Okay.
between Canva and Canva Pro? You got to break that part down because people
Oh
may
my
not
gosh,
have.
it's a huge difference. One of the biggest things, Canva is free. Canva Pro is $15 a month. Anytime you see these crowns in the bottom right hand corner, it's a Canva Pro feature. As you can see, this premium image is included in the Canva Pro feature. There's apps that you can only use if you have a Pro. There are certain features like Magic Studio, background remover, Magic Grab Text, all of those requires Canva Pro. So you can do things with Canva free, but you gotta jump through a lot of hoops that makes it easier for those who have Canva Pro.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So we seen the template. Is there anything else you want to add to this? Because I know, because you keep. This is crazy. It's good. This is good information. And I got to bring you back. I got to bring you back. But I mean, at the same token, I want people to know what it is that you're doing. Then that way, if
Mhm.
they're interested, they can come rock with you. They can find their own time and go from there. But I don't want it to go over everybody's head tonight. But I wanted them to at least go down the rabbit hole of at least just seeing the basics, if that makes sense. And then once they
Yes.
see the basics, then now they can turn around and see what they can do. So you just mess with the templates. Go down inside of the templates, hit the spot 1006, see what they got going on, and start messing with the buttons. And I get it, you're not going to get it on the first try. Don't get
No.
mad. Like she said, make a duplicate. And once you make the duplicate, you always know you can revert back. And then you can always I think you said you can, if you mess up, you can always reverse something
You
and you
can,
can
yep, you can hit the undo button.
hit the undo button at the top and you can undo and you can hit undo until you go back to the very beginning of it, if I'm correct. And then that way you can start all over, or you can hit the forward button and go back. Oh, I didn't like this, but I want to go forward. So you can do all of that. So there's
Yeah.
a whole lot more, a whole lot of pieces to unlock. And this is just one piece of it. Just think, what if you want to create a, like Lisa Maria, she's into the divinity sector. So what if she wanted to create a church program or something like that? Who else is out there? I don't know who else is out there. Stewart Video, he installs security systems. Maybe he wants to create a flyer for his business or something like that. So these are all opportunities to where you can just go into the templates and then you can type in the type of business that you're looking for and you'll be able to see what's available. Like I said, play with the templates first, and then they got the Canva AI to where you can describe it. But see, she was talking about Mid Journey, and we Bree, we ain't there.
Okay,
I'm trying to
I
get them
get
there.
it.
I'm
I
trying to
get
get
it.
them there. But you get 500 free credits. Whereas if you use some of these other services, you're paying for those credits, and then now you're gonna be mad because you spend money and you don't know how to work it. Whereas with Canva, you could just type in what you want, and then it give you something, and then you can learn how to better prompt and go from there. But at least in Canva, now if you have Canva free, can you use the Canva AI to make pictures? How many of those pictures do you get?
Great question. I think it's like 25, but keep in mind every credit gives you 4 generations, so you still can make a lot move and shape with the 25.
You say you can move and shake it.
Ooh.
I'm not mad at it. So look, this is Bree's TikTok. Well, I could say TikTok over here, but if you on TikTok, you got to say TT. So this is her
Yeah.
actual TT page right here, the digital queenpreneur. All right, so that's her TT page. And you also have something that's private. And I see I'm trying to get to this level. I have the software, just haven't built it out. But do you want to tell them about your other project that you have?
Which one? The academy?
Yes.
Oh, yes. So I also have a private community called the DQ Canva Academy, and that's where I'm very hands on mentoring. Usually the DQs are 35 plus, really 40 plus, because they require a little bit more step by step, breaking it down. Like Tall Boy said, I'm the type of person I go over something 50 times, don't break a sweat, and it doesn't bother me at all. And some people be like, where does the patience come from? I'm like, it's
Them
a gift.
kids,
I embrace
them
it,
cheering.
whatever.
That
So
patient come from
inside of there, I
that
really,
she don't hear me.
yeah,
That's it. That patient come from them cheering.
that part. And the other one.
That's where it
so,
come from.
so yes, inside of the DQ Canva Academy, that is where I'm able to do weekly Zoom calls with them where I'm getting on Zoom, showing them the answer to their questions. We answering questions, meeting about things. Bi-weekly, we get on Zoom again to do a co-working session so we can work together to get projects done, motivate each other, hold each other accountable. We also do exclusive classes as well inside of there, like creating certain products and projects inside of Canva. But mainly, they love just having that access in those bite sized tutorials so you can move at your own pace while learning and implementing this information. So that is called the DQ Canva Academy. And for those who want to tune into my lives, I will be back on live tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Fridays is when I go heavy Canva one-on-one because we in summer session. They was not going to let me let it go. Even though the trend went down, Tall Boy, that was like, we did spring semester. Now we need a summer. I'm like, okay, let's summer school is this session. So those are all at 12 p.m. Eastern time.
And hit the spot. 10:06 says she has kids. So
My 3-year-old just came in here to lay down, and I got a 7-year-old too.
yep. So yeah, she said, yep. So she got kids. So she teaching all of this live in real time with the kids popping up. And she be like, hold on, y'all. I like it when she say
Mommy
y'all.
intermission.
Yeah, yeah, mommy intermission, and we gotta be patient because mommy, I gotta, and mommy, I want an ice cream, and mommy, such and such, and then they be get to telling on each other and stuff like that, and it's like you laugh and it's cute, and it's like some people be like, but most of us we get it, and like I
Yeah.
said, she is very patient. So if you are really open and you want to learn this Canva, follow her on TikTok if you're over there. If not, what's the website that people can go to follow you on this DQ Canva Academy?
As a matter of fact, the easiest way to get it is from, do I spell it out on here? The LINK
You can
and my
say whatever you
BIO.
want to say over here. I got you over
Okay,
here.
I gotta make sure.
You know what I'm
um,
saying?
yeah.
Come on, come through. I got you.
On my TikTok profile, that link in my bio that says Stand Store literally has everything to my name, from my social medias to the Canva Academy. So the TikTok page, literally you will see right under my live schedule where it says Stand Store. That links take you to everything that I have.
All right. So I know everybody is not on TT or TikTok, but if you are, you can go there. I'm pretty sure you can find her on Instagram at the same information as well.
Yep.
All social platforms. is the digital queenpreneur. All right. So if you're not on
Correct.
TT, then you can come over there to the FB. You can go to the IG. She's on YT, but she be acting kind of funny over here with us. So I ain't judging her, but I'm judging her, if that makes sense. So we're going to get it right over here on the YT. But she love the TT. But look, see, I be saying all of this because I got this from her just listening. When we say we listen and we don't judge. And I'm like, well, let
That
me
is
incorporate
so
this because
funny.
I like this. So I'm learning. I don't like the TT, and I'm trying to be on TT a little bit more, but I like the YT. So it's like I'm trying to get her on YT. She should be trying to get me on the TT, and then we could be winning together. So I'm just trying to. I'm not feeling that vertical. But Bree, before we get up out of here, is there any final words that you would like to say?
Yes. First, thank you so much for this opportunity. This was so fun, by the way. Like, I love the interaction. I love I love it all. This was really good experience. And thank you all for allowing me the opportunity to come here, with my presence, have those conversations and talk about Canva. Thank y'all for the follows already. I can't wait to teach you guys some more things on live. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to ask me. It's literally my passion and what I love to do. So thank you so much for this opportunity. And thank y'all for watching the show. Appreciate it.
Hey, we do this live every week, and maybe we get you back before the end of the summer. Uh oh. Maybe we get you back before the end of the summer and we have a more interactive side. You tell your people to pull up on me, and my people pull
Yeah,
up on you, and then we make dream team, something like
got it.
that.
I
Look, this is a
love
great
it.
that we can get some engagement. It's the Lab Tech Show. Join us Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern at thelabtechshow.com. Embrace it or get left behind.
Alrighty then.